Island. One of the best Canadian shows ever, folks.
Yes, and of course to start off being on Cartoon Network, well, would you say it's okay for kids because there's a lot of mediocre behind it?
Listen, the fact they got away with some of the jokes is still outstanding to this day because with regular shows, they got away with a lot of jokes in the first season. But with Total Drama Island, Jesus, Cartoon Network had no idea of this.
I mean, come on. Like, there are certain things that I don't want to mention, but when you watch it, you know, it's a lot of, like, grotesque stuff they do. But, yeah, mainly this show is about this host, like, hosting a very dangerous show around a camp on an island, and whoever's last one standing, who's the winner, will win a lot of money.
$1 million. So yes, we have our host Chris McLean, and yeah, we have his assistant chef Hatchet, and basically we have 22 new contestants for this occasion.
Yep. And yeah, of course, some come friends, some come enemies, but overall, Total Drama is like one of the best franchises out there, and surprisingly came back in 2023.
Yeah. Even though it was announced back in 2021 they were making a new show about it, I was like, okay, yes, let's see about this. And eventually seeing the new characters, the new like plot, so I was like, oh my god, alright. But yeah, the idea of like, you know, it was inspired by the show Survivor.
Yes.
Yeah. I've never watched Survivor, but I see how they would do it similar to that show.
But yeah, what I just like about the show was like the friendships, the betrayal, is like pretty much the competition. It was like intense and funny at the same time.
Yep. And yeah, there are some touching moments, and some are
This added like too much. Alright. Yeah. Oh, but it was like the ending of like the last episode. Like, okay, so yes, of course we have our characters, but we'll just stick with two for now. So like basically in the last episode, it was between Owen and Gwen. So basically in the American version, Owen won, but in the Canadian version, Gwen wins.
I saw the American version, obviously, with Owen.
I did too. And the first time I watched Soul Drum Island was back in my grandma's house.
Cool.
Like, when was the first time you watched it?
I have no idea, but I do know that I watched it on cable, and like, I would say like one of the first episodes I watched was the dodgeball episode.
Oh, same here.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, the dodgeball episode was so hilarious.
I know, especially the fact that Harold was trying to wake up Duncan with a stick because he was sleeping, and he didn't want to do that.
But jeez, knowing that episode, they even tried. He was just reading his book the whole time.
Oh yeah, go team, go!
Shut up! They were right to vote him off.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just went forward with the show, and it turned out to be one of the greats. And you first?
Well, y'all basically did like say everything, but so what I really enjoyed most was, of course, the insane yet still entertaining challenges that they had to go through.
Exactly.
True enough. And let's not forget the really good theme song they made for it.
I wanna be famous. Dude, that was like, you know, it's awesome.
I know. It's like one of the best Cartoon Network theme songs in history.
Exactly. But Fresh, I was also asking, how did you first get to this show? Like, where you first watched it?
Okay, I think I might be a little bit on or off with this. I'm pretty sure that I did see it when I went way back ago when I went along with my mom at her hairstyling job, and I watched it there. I'm guess, but my first ever episode I recall was Not So Happy Campers Part 2. Like, it took me forever to watch the first episode.
Oh. Yeah, basically all the episodes I've watched in the past, and they were incredible. Although it could be a limited chance, it was still great. And, yeah. I know, like, we're gonna, like, talk about the cast later, but let's just name the characters, like, the contestants. So I'll just go by order of their eliminations. So we got Ezekiel, Ava, Noah, there's Justin, Katie, Tyler, Cody, Izzy, Beth, Sadie, Courtney, Harold, Bridget, Trent, Lindsay, DJ. What was after DJ elimination? Okay, yeah, it was Izzy again because he got. Oh yeah, then there was Jeff, Lashana, Duncan, Gwen, Heather, and Owen. That was basically it. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, out of all the eliminations, what do you think was, like, unfair? Like, whose elimination was unfair the most?
I don't watch the show that much, so I have no idea. But the one that got eliminated first was Ezekiel, and, you know, what I learned about this character, apparently, according to people on the comments, he's very sexist.
Oh, yeah, because he did say because the other team had more girls. And then Ava and Bridget got mad. And Jeff, the cool guy he is, he rigged out the fight.
Man.
Yeah.
But do you think Ezekiel should, like, get a redemption, or do you think he deserved to be unlimited?
Definitely, especially what happened to him in season 3, but we'll get to that later. But yeah, maybe the first official photo drama, like, you know, elimination, it was like, wow. It's between him and Courtney, it was like, wow. Honestly, it could have been Courtney because she was too chicken. Legit, she was wearing a chicken head, but, you know, good goes.
And we'll get to Courtney more later, as there's very something special about that woman.
That woman, yes. But I think the elimination that was unfair was Lashana. Because basically there was this episode dedicated to, like, the contestants that were eliminated in the past. And we call it Chris surprised them by saying, y'all can choose who's going to be, you know, voted off next. And by accident, everybody said Lashana's name.
Uh-oh.
Especially a parrot. I'm like, why do you count the parrots?
And why is there a parrot in the episode to begin with?
Because all the, you know, the contestants that, like, got voted off in the past, they were staying in this food suite. Basically, what do you call it? How would I pronounce? No, not very pronounce. Basically, in this hotel, and there was, like, you know, a beach there, food, everything.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. That looks like a nice place to sit down and chat.
Honestly, the contestants there, they're like, I should have been voted off first because it looked like a nice place in the first place.
Yeah. And, so, I guess I agree with your statement for Lashana being unfair, but, again, I don't watch the show enough to know, like, got voted off unfairly, but, well, who do you think that really deserved to be floated off?
Heather.
Well, I knew you were going to say that. Yeah, so, reason Heather specifically, because, well, I like, other than Chris, she's basically the main antagonist of the series. She is a total B to the H to the
It's funny because Gwen in season 3 was saying the word bitch. She was gonna say BITC and then somebody.
Oh yeah, I saw that clip on YouTube, and then Courtney interrupted. Oh man, I feel you, Gwen.
Yeah, you know, Heather's like character throughout the show. Like, yeah, just being the boss and just being like a mean ass and everything. She made like some alliances, but was treating both Beth and Lindsay to do her dirty work for her, and basically, you know, betraying everybody and, you know, eliminating people that should have been eliminated in the first place. And she made it to the final 3, but thank God she got eliminated that day.
I know. And, of course, of course, I would mention this. I don't know if this was in this or Total Action where she licked Owen's armpit.
Oh yeah, that was in Total Drama Island.
Okay, that's what I was double checking. But yeah, Heather is. If you think she's hot, that's your take. But when you get to know her better, you would rethink your words. You want to stay away from her.
Yep. And for you, Fresh, what do you think was the most unfair elimination?
Trent. Basically because since Heather was just manipulating or whatever she was doing, just trying to seduce, and Gwen suspected that he was having the hots for her instead of Gwen herself, and everyone else just assumed that he was just cheating, and it's just not cool.
Yeah. And Gwen and Trent's relationship is very complicated.
You should see in season 2, but we'll get there. But yeah, I think it was unfair as well. Then, okay, first, you agree that Heather should have been eliminated out of the most?
Well, I'm sorry. No, wait. Continue, please. Can you say that again?
Or do you have another person in mind?
Oh, well, look, I mean, of course, Heather should have been just ever since day one, because I believe, of course, she's the most soulless character out. We've all seen the typical mean girls like Helga Pataki and Cindy Vortex, but they got softer sides. She has no soul at all.
Exactly.
Like Squidward. Oh, please. I have no soul.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And anyone else that should have been, if you said that? I mean...
The most, who should have been first in the first episode, or second episode, sorry.
What about Eva? I mean, do you think she should stay or stay eliminated?
Listen, she might be tough, but just don't put it into her angry side, because if you don't piss her off, then you're good to go. Listen, the second episode, no, it was the third episode, where basically Heather sabotaged her because she was going on a rant about who basically took her headphones because, and everything else because she was listening to music. And that made her team vote her off.
Wow, dang. But I do like that one scene, because that's on YouTube, where Justin, which is the hottie, which everyone is attracted to, when he showed up...
One at a time, please.
Sorry, go ahead.
When he showed up, you can see the characters going gaga, especially Eva. The way her face is just so derpy.
And the reference I was trying to make, because even Owen was falling for the guy. I was like, are you turning a little bit gay, Owen? That's alright. Because he complimented his ass.
Yeah. And the new Total Drama Island 2023, there's a new Justin character named Caleb. He's a lot more muscular. And at one point, Amy made, throughout the series, Chris would have, different, secretaries, random people that don't usually talk, help with the challenges and stuff. Well, there's this, female one, driving the motorboat where Caleb is, and she crashed because she got distracted, by his hotness. It's sorry, you're just so handsome. It's oh no, it's cool, it happens all the time.
I see. And
yeah.
Let's see. What was the funniest elimination that you think it was in mine?
Duncan, because in that one, Hatchet was the one driving it, and it's at first it looked like a gorilla, that was him, and he keeps ripping off the mask.
Actually,
Sasquatch.
That was a Yeti. That's a Yeti.
Yeah, it's actually Sasquatch. Yetis are white.
No, but it's a purple Yeti. That's how they refer it.
Okay, Sasquatch and Aqua. That's what they call it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, anyway, but I just found that funny that he kept doing that. But
I just feel like Duncan should have been eliminated that early. Yes, he was in the last 4, but I feel like he had more in him, but of course he just got eliminated.
What are you gonna do?
Although Duncan's a bad guy per se, he's really cool.
Yeah, he's pretty chill. And he's pretty chill when, it was only in season 3 where he and Gwen got it together.
But we'll talk about that later. But yeah, Duncan has a soft type. Even in season 1, we call it. Jeff was supposed to watch DJ's bunny, but his bunny got eaten by a shark. But Duncan, the sweetheart himself, found another bunny for him.
Wow. Yikes. And he also had a temporary pet chameleon because it was for a challenge.
Right, that was in season 2 though.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And he was going crazy afterwards. And like, out of all the characters, Owen has to be the best one.
No doubt.
Well, yeah, because he's been in almost every series: Island, Action, World Tour, Ridiculous Race, and wait, was he at All Stars?
No, but he made a one-time appearance in the last episode.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. But yeah, he's like one of the characters that appeared in the shows, and plus the spin-off the most. But yeah, he's basically, I would say Chris is the mascot, but could you consider Owen the mascot?
Of course, Owen's an iconic character after all. I mean, yes, Owen does have this level, especially with his sports, but come on, he's a cool guy.
Yeah. And remember that episode where it was like a few characters left and they're all handcuffed. Owen was with Heather and he had to go to the bathroom so bad and he took her with him into the bathroom stall.
You could say that was a good punishment for Heather. You got it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Damn. I mean, funny moments. I guess when Owen gets like in this situation with bears, I guess it's funny.
There's a one time where he's like sleepwalking and he's actually naked.
Yeah. But no, go ahead.
And there's also one where I don't know what episode it was, but Gwen asked Harold if he had those red ants he brought with him, and she actually poured all over Heather.
Oh yeah, I did see that episode.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was the episode because Heather read Gwen's diary.
Oh right. And of course, Courtney said, "And that wasn't really nice."
Damn, she would have been saying that in season 3, but moving on. But yeah, Owen especially gets in these crazy situations mostly because of Izzy at times.
Yeah, he had a more crush on her in season 2.
Yes. Oh, Izzy, or should I say E-Scope, because that was her nickname.
Yeah, or a kaleidoscope, but she doesn't like it when you don't call her Izzy anymore. It's just something's wrong with her. She needs some help. But she is a pretty hilarious character. Like, remember, like, there's a challenge where everyone was like dressed as deer and everyone had like shot him down, and Izzy had like a dart gun and she actually shot Heather.
That's a different episode. Like,
I do remember that though.
I mean, like, okay, like that episode was actually the paintball deer hunt episode, but what you said when she shot Heather, that was the one where they had to trap animals.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking of. And I love how it showed Duncan like laughing his butt off.
Who could forget his iconic laugh? And we got another great character. Fresh, would you like to explain Cody?
Yeah, like the awkward kind of guy that tries to get with girls,
especially with Gwen.
So where's right out there? Yeah, I mean, and I would say his elimination was kind of a little bit unfair too, since I mean, I guess it was kind of against the rules to just try to go get some food, but you still got to eat. But it's just getting mauled by a bear. It's just, well, I mean, come on, send him to a hospital.
Here's the thing, though. Yes, I do agree with you in that way, but the guy was in a cast, like his whole body, and then how would he help the team, though? No offense.
Exactly. Jinx.
But yeah, my man Cody, he got some game, especially being smooth with Gwen all the time. Yo, there was one episode he got so lucky that he had Gwen's bra.
Oh, he did? Dadgum.
Yeah, because he helped Gwen get with Trent.
Oh.
Yeah.
But there's this one where he's the canoe with Gwen, and he's trying to flirt with her,
and that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, she like spin the oar and just went in his nuts.
Well, no kids for you today.
Hey, he might not have kids, but hey, at least he's still flirting with the girls.
Exactly. Her character is iconic. Lindsay, the Dawn Blonde herself, but she's a little wrong.
Yeah, especially the iconic scene where they're like pretending to be friends with Lindsay, and she got mad. So forth, she was censored, and her middle finger was blurred.
Yep, everybody was shocked, even the animals.
I know. And of course, Chris was smiling. He's like, "Oh man, this is going up for the rating."
Yes, the ratings.
There's also Chef Hatchet.
Yes, Chef Hatchet. Yes. He's basically, yes, the chef of Total Drum Island, but he is really strict, especially when he took up with one episode.
Oh yeah, is that the one where he is like temporarily an army man?
Drill sergeant.
Yes.
Drill sergeant. Thank you. That's the word I'm looking for.
I remember. No, one of my favorite parts of that episode was like they had to write like a lot of pages, right? And Duncan's page was like, "I really, and it's the end. Love Chef."
Very.
There's one scene where they're doing the Thriller dance.
Yes.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and there's one that. It's the same episode where Courtney got eliminated because they're like hanging upside down and she was laughing.
Yes, and Harold finally got the balls to sabotage the votes.
Oh yeah, I forgot he's the one who had Courtney put it off.
But I'm gonna admit, Harold was pretty smart for that because Duncan and the others were bullying him so much, and when he found out that him and Courtney were a thing, that's how he knew he had to take it down.
Yeah.
Good on Harold, or should I say Napoleon Dynamite?
Hey, good one.
Yeah. And furthermore, remember that episode where it was like a talent show thing, and he was on stage and he was like, booyah.
Exactly.
Who could ever forget?
Yeah. And of course, I don't know if it's in that one or another one where Bridget was upside down and she threw up all over the place.
Oh yeah, that's
Yes, it is.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
But dang, that was not good to look at.
But Harold in his last episode, like, yeah, when he got eliminated, at least he was lucky in that episode because one, he saw Heather's boobies, and two, he kissed Lajana.
Actually, they just hugged.
Yikes. But hey,
And the reason he got to see Heather's jugs, because
He just effing.
I just said that.
I know, I was going to say how, though.
Basically, a branch got caught up her shirt, and woo! Who let the dogs out?
Feel better already.
Oh, but Harold, like, yeah, don't underestimate Harold because, again, with the dodgeball episode, like, he helped them out really hard. Especially that last fight with him and Owen.
How'd that turn out?
Well, of course he won. And
there's this scene where Cody, like, supercharged his dodgeball. It was chasing Katie.
Exactly. That's smart. And let's get to the athlete, Tyler.
Yep. Thoughts?
Tyler, he's a cool dude. Like, yes, just showing up at first, but nothing wrong with him until, like, you know, him and Lindsay got in a relationship, and then Heather didn't like that much.
Yeah, especially where in the dodgeball episode, they're trying to find out where Lindsay and Tyler are, and she found him, and she like threw a bowl on top of him.
Exactly.
Canoe.
But let's just say, no chickens for this boy. No chickens at all.
Yeah. And at season 3, Lindsay started no reason at all forgetting his name.
What you expect? She's the Lenny Loud of the show.
Yeah. She even called him time.
Oh man.
But yeah, Tyler, although he had a short time in the show, he was still one of the coolest characters. Although it was kind of funny, kind of shocking that he's scared of chickens overall.
Huh. Oh yeah, and I do remember that there's like a fried chicken that he's forced to eat, and then live chicken actually popped out.
Fuck off.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Just be glad it's not the chicken from Family Guy.
Oh. Oh yeah. Speaking of, have you seen that cutaway where Fargo and Leghorn went to camp?
Now we could go back up. Alright. So yeah, what Katie and Sadie, this, besties forever. But,
Yeah. Including, like, having the same hairstyle and outfits.
Yeah. I mean, they could be useful at times, but really, they were just focusing on themselves. But it kind of got heartwarming because, a little bit sad though, because when Katie got eliminated, then, Sadie had to be by herself for a little bit.
Yeah. And remember that one where they got caught in poison ivy?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they're scratching their behinds like a dog would.
Rough. But no problem with them. Just wish we could see him more in the series because, of course, they were not in season 2 or 3 in the competition, of course.
Yeah, but in Total Roma, they have like shown a few cameos.
Yes, that was really shocking.
Yeah.
Okay, a character we'll bring up again, Noah. Yes, Noah. What can we say about Noah, please?
He's very, very sarcastic a lot.
Especially the first time he came to the island. He said, "What is this place?" And then Duncan said, "This is your mother's house."
Oh, Duncan, my man.
And then he was questioning Duncan's piercings. He's like, "Do you do that himself?" And Duncan had offered it. He's like, "Yeah, you want one?" Carrying his lip overall.
Oh man. So remember that iconic scene where it showed Noah kissing Cody's ear?
Yes.
And the one where
you did.
So in one episode, we're at that resort, and Noah's like, it's like asking about experience. They said no, and then basically popped out of the water. It's like, "Are you kiss a guy?" Wait, no, I did. Yes, you did. No, I did. Did not. Did. And then Trent. Yeah, Trent explained like he totally did, and then after that he's like, I have no comment.
Yeah, no comments. Alright, keep your comments to yourself. That's why you got good.
He doesn't want to talk about it. That's fine. But yeah, and surprisingly, he's teamed up with Owen and with Douglas Race.
Oh yeah, because they had a great friendship in season 3, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
Speaking of Trent, let's go to him.
Alright. So, I remember seeing like an audition clip of him. It's like, doing really good, like playing the guitar until a guitar string snaps and it's like, crap. And like, remember when we mentioned him and Gwen having a relationship? Well, and I said that it's complicated. It is. Super.
It was kind of awkward at first, like them interacting, especially with Gwen.
Yeah.
I gotta say, Trent, he's a cool guy. He has this love when he plays his guitar. It's pretty good at times, but it's yikes, this guy. But yeah, he was really cool in season 1, but season 2, I can't say really much.
Yeah, it's very complicated.
Oof. Yeah. And your thoughts, Fresh?
Well, yeah, basically just everything that you guys just said. I mean, like, he's just that cool of a guy.
Cool guy, but this guy has an obsession with season 2. But next character, let's get into, yes, we mentioned Gwen.
Right. So, she is a goth girl, but she doesn't really act like she's a goth. She's just basically, how would you describe her personality?
Come on, she's the Raven of the group, but with much more pep, I guess, if that's what I'm saying. A little bit much more personality instead of just being straight up 100% moody all the time.
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah, that's basically what I'm looking for. Yeah, she's pretty chill, and yeah, she's like the only girl that's like developed a crush with Trent, and yeah, she's like one of the best characters. She like Owen, appeared in almost every Total Drama series.
Exactly. Also, this brief question: which team do you prefer, the Screaming Gophers or the Killer Baths?
Depends. Like, which team was Gwen on?
Screaming Gophers.
Then Screaming Gophers then.
Gophers.
Yeah. But yeah, Gwen as a character, yeah, she definitely has some, character development throughout the show, but she's a really cool character, I must say.
Yeah.
What I liked most of...
No, I was about to make jokes. She got drama, but go on.
Yeah, what I did like most about her is, and I like this, I like the very last episode where she was like listing down her times on Total Drama Island. Like she declared that the 5 sane people that she thinks that are sane, the most ones to be 100% normal. She says that it's Owen, DJ, Lashana, Bridget, and surprisingly Cody for reasons. I don't know why, but I guess it was nice of her.
Yes. What else can we say? Well, that's about it. We just. All right. Next character.
Let's see. Since you mentioned Bridget, let's go to her next.
All right, Bridget. Yes, the surfer girl. Yeah, she's a pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, she's like one of the nicest characters. I mean, the very nicest character in the series.
Exactly. You gotta respect her. She especially loves animals. She's a vegetarian. You can't just question her that much.
She's basically Greg Sipes.
Oh, okay then.
No, I feel like that.
Already,
I mean, because like animals like Greg Sipes and a vegetarian like Greg Sipes. So I thought I'd do a connection there.
But no, it was a good connection overall. But I gotta say, her elimination was kind of unfair too, because although she got sprayed by a skunk, I was like, just put her in tomato juice, but that doesn't eliminate her just because of that.
Dang. I guess they didn't have tomato juice, but I mean, come on. Well, I don't know what else to say, but I mean, if he had like tomato juice in hand or like baked tomato juice, she'll have been fine. And how the heck did she get sprayed by a skunk?
They got spooked.
Yes.
All right. And she and Jeff had a really good relationship.
Oh, wait a minute. Now I remember that episode. Yeah. They're basically playing hide and seek in that episode. That's why she got, sprayed.
Oh, I forgot there was a hide and seek episode.
Yeah, and Lashana won that competition.
Oh, cool.
But, yes, developing a crush with Jeff. Yes, now let's get into Jeffrey. Mr. Jeff.
Yep. I'm going to pull up Mommy Gee. It's spelled Geoff. Not be confused with Jeeff.
I think I have no problem with how it is pronounced and how it's worded out. It's kind of clever in a way.
Yeah. But for this Jeff, he's actually pretty chill. He's like not really a cowboy. He just wears a cowboy hat, but he's pretty chill.
He's just a party dude. Just say that.
Yeah, party dude.
But
there's one episode where Jeff and DJ brought Harold's bed out in the water, and he. No, not in the water. He just brought his bunk bed outside in the morning. He's all naked, and a few of the girls were in the water seeing him, and it showed DJ and Jeff staring at him. I forgot what was the reason, but they gave his underwear back in the process.
Yes, the reason why, because at the start of the episode, which was if you can't take the heat, they were just getting sick of Harold leaving his, his underwear around the place.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But that's the one thing I didn't like about Joe. A little. He's a cool guy, but I don't like how he got a little bit influenced by Duncan sometimes. He seems like a chill dude, but doesn't get influenced that much. That's all.
Yeah. And he and Bridget caused a thing on Total Drama Island or Total Drama Action, where talking about their main players and stuff like that, and the different moments. It showed off-screen scene where Duncan was tucking everyone in and something like that. I don't remember how it went.
But all I can say is just like you say, pretty chill guy. All right, Next one, Mr. DJ.
Yeah, a really kind-hearted person.
Yep, another guy that loves animals and just wants peace of all.
Yep, and he really loves his mama.
Just referencing that. But I gotta say, for DJ's elimination, yeah, it was the Halloween one. With that killer. Jesus, all because he just got scared. That's why you gotta eliminate the guy?
Oh, I forgot about that dude. And yeah, he's supposed to resemble Jason Voorhees, and he had a hook for his hand, and he actually lost his hand.
God forbid it was a spoon. He's got a spoon! Nah, I'm just playing, but
yeah. He's another character that appeared in almost every series, and in season 2, he started taking over Chef's place as the cook, and they started liking his food.
Yep, until he snitched on himself because he didn't like the idea of Chef always pressuring him. There's a theory that Chef might be his father.
How so?
Because really, DJ never talks about his father, right? And assuming that him and his mother is divorced. But think about it.
Well, they never mentioned it unless he never met his father. I don't know. That's just one of those situations.
Yeah. But for DJ, pretty nice.
Yeah, he's a pretty sweet man. Alright, next up, Lashana.
Bow to the queen of sassiness, everybody, but coolness at the same time.
Oh yeah, you do not want to mess with Lashana, especially with her rivalry against her and Heather.
Okay, half and half. It was kind of funny and kind of wow, it went this far.
Well, I get why Lashana hates Heather so much, especially her specifically, but I remember it was either in Total Island or Total Action where there's a challenge and she knocked her out on the ground and started slapping her, and she punched her tooth out.
No, Christian, that's season 3.
Oh, season 3. Oh, whoops.
Yeah, don't worry, I got you.
But yeah, and for some reason, Harold is the only one that loves her the most. Yeah, basically it's that. But yeah,
I was just remembering the first interaction with them. They didn't get along at all. When Harold said that comment to Lashana.
What did he say?
She's big and loud.
Yeah. Hey, she was trying to fight, but of course the guys were trying to carry her and all that. Basically backing off.
But yeah, Lashana is a pretty cool gal. But again, do not get on her bad side or she'll mess you up.
Oh, we got the bitches of all bitches characters. No offense to anybody that likes this character, Courtney.
Yep. She's almost as worse as Heather.
Tell me about it. Drama queen.
She's even worse in season 3.
No, season 2 is the worst for her.
Oh.
Basically, getting her lawyers to do everything for her.
Dang. You saw her audition clip. She was selling books or something. I don't remember, but of course she started cursing afterwards and she started throwing a fit.
Vote for Courtney. Vote for Courtney. How about fuck you, Courtney? I don't want to vote for you.
And she is Karen. I mean, come on. Like, and her relationship with Duncan was a little off, but man, she did not like when going out with Duncan after that.
And I hate when she always mentions, like, I was a CIT, basic counselor in training. I don't give a fuck.
And in season 3, there's like a bonus clip where it shows like her beach attire, and it shows Gwen and Duncan like tanning right near her, and she's like, she can sing, and she's like, Duncan's feet has and toes, and Gwen is so hazy, and then Duncan grabbed his sandal and just whammed it at her. Deserved it.
Totally. I mean, again, I don't blame Carol for, like, sabotaging the bulbs. I think she deserved it.
Exactly.
Yeah, she's basically Brainy Smurf in female form.
Really? In your opinion, Brainy Smurf?
Yeah, like the 80s, the original 80s, where he's meant to be this, so-called, like, self-proclaimed genius. Like, I'm better than everybody. And he's just, well, he's that kind of friend that you can't stand. Like, it's just his need for attention and saying, like, I'm the best. Papa Smurf says this, blah, 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 everything.
You know what's kind of sad for Courtney? In the official wiki, though, her only friend is Bridget. That is really sad.
Dang. Bridget? Out of all them Bridget, I'd rather Bridget be not her friend.
That is surprising, though. Actually, no, it's not surprising. It's just like Bridget's still her friend after all.
Well, she is nice after all. I guess she felt bad, but dang.
Damn. It's just like those moments where she kicks Duncan in the Kiwis. I'm like, why in that space in particular? Do you want to go there somewhere? Jesus, she is so addicted to that.
Yeah, and she is no one to mess with. And like in All Stars, she is very insane.
Very insane that they were stupid enough to put her in the hero team, but last year they put her in the villains team overall. But other than that, Courtney, go fuck yourself.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Alright, next up, the hottie Justin.
Justin, in the first season, didn't really say that much. He said a few words.
Well, he did say a couple lines when he first showed up.
He was getting to that.
No, I was getting to that. Legit, if you saw Justin's audition tape, it wasn't even him talking, it was like his poster talking for him. Justin.
Oh my god.
Justin. Oh, Justin. And that's how he got into the competition, to sing his name.
Yeah, but just to let you know, Justin.
Justin. What can you think about Justin? He is hot. Even Owen fell for him.
Yeah, and played that melancholy music, and he only started talking fully in season 2.
Yes, where he was more clever that way. But in season 1, he did have a little bit of cleverness, a little bit. Like where the campus could like really go to sleep, because they were trying to stay up. And Justin the whole time, he was sleeping, he painted his eyes to look like it's open.
Ah, classic Johnny Depp trick.
Damn.
But what do you think about his personality in the second season?
Surprising.
Yeah. He even ratted out Gwen.
Gwen, Trent, who else get named? Look at this guy. He got eliminated 4th, but damn, he could, like, say a lot.
I mean, what else can he do? But, I mean, hey, at least a lot of characters fall for him. And there's one particular, if we're done with Justin.
Justin. Okay, we did talk about him a little bit about Ezekiel. Although, yes, he is a sexist. Because you remember his backstory. He was raised on a farm.
Yeah,
homeschooled. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And basically his plot all about it. About protecting all the girls in the island.
Oh, okay. And he he's the only character that has the Canadian accent.
Yeah. Did you see his audition tape, though?
I did not. What was it about?
So basically, we call it, for his audition tape, he was supposed to, poke a deer with with an arrow because he had a bow and arrow. But
Okay.
he heard something in the bushes, right? He shoots the arrow, but instead he actually shoots his mother with the bow.
No.
Or a woman.
Okay, which was it?
What?
Like, which was it? Like, man, like you said, like.
No, because the mom got hurt the most.
Oh, okay, because like. Yeah.
Ooh, and the screaming afterwards. Yep.
Man.
Good luck.
Yeah, he's not a good fit for as Hawkeye or Green Arrow.
Alright, let's get the audition tapes out of the way, let's see here, another character.
Beth.
Beth, yes. She's like one of the nicest girls, especially her friendship with Lindsay.
Yeah, she's very best friends with Lindsay, and she's one of those nerd and awkward girls. And do you prefer with or without the braces? Because she removed her braces in season 2.
Oh no, I don't mind either way.
Yeah.
Okay, but she also found this strange tiki, and what was the island that they're forbidden to go to?
Boney Island.
Thank you, Boney Island. And yeah, that's where she found it.
Boney Island. That's where you can see these beavers, but woolly beavers. You know, the big ones with the tusk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yikes. But yeah, the reason for elimination because the object she had was bad luck, and that's it. Bye bye. Good night.
Yeah, and in season 2, she started to love Justin more, and she supposedly have a new boyfriend.
Which was shocking because she actually does.
Yep.
Alright. But Beth, she's a good character overall. I was especially surprised with her character arc in season 2 with like her new strategies basically. She even teamed up with Courtney one time for an alliance.
Yeah, that's pretty surprising.
Okay. Her weaknesses.
I don't think we talk about Izzy more.
Okay, Izzy, what can you say? She's basically crazy. She's just basically Carnage, but as a human.
Yes. Well, of course, she doesn't laugh a lot like him.
That's
but,
not the freaking point.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, she's just wild and insane. Like, she can, according to her audition tape, she can like twirl her arms in a different direction. And in season 2, I want to develop a big crush on her.
Ooh, hubba. Even in season 3, he sung a song about her.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, Izzy. And I remember that actually. I went to explain about him later. That he actually enjoyed singing the song while recording.
Wow. Dang. But I don't remember if it was season 1 or season 2 that she got her head hurt and she became smart.
That was season 3.
Oh, season 3.
Yeah. But she turned back to normal after she bumped her.
Yeah. I love this in season 2 where it's like horror movies and she's like, oh, this is so horror movie. We have to make out. And I was like, I love this business. Hava.
I want to get my man, kid.
And Beth is like trying to scare him. I was like, guys. And like, they barely prompted the scare meter.
Alright. And the last character, of course, the main host himself. Yes, Chris McClain, who's basically in charge of everything here. Gotta say,
and
no, go ahead.
He is not really a good person.
I mean, yes, he's being manipulated, just evil at times, just like making the challenges even harder as before. But
yeah,
that's what you can love about Chris a little bit.
I don't know what I like about him, but I do like, however, that they got duped because there's like at the end of season 1, the dock broke and he fell in the water.
Yeah.
Actually, the guys just threw him into the water.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. But there's also one where I don't know what shit was, but I saw on YouTube, like, there's, like, a person that did, like, villains defeats where Chris was in the water and Jeff was like getting
yeah, Christian. That's season 4.
Season 4.
Yeah.
Like All Stars? Wow.
No, that's Revenge of the Island.
I am Revenge of the Island. I'm sorry, I got mixed up.
Yeah, but I did see that. I was like, oh my gosh, this one as well.
Yeah, I got arrested.
Yeah, but we'll explain that more often. Alright, and then you ever watch the last episode, episode 26?
For the season 1?
Yeah, where basically everybody was going for the big ones, $1 million.
I have, yes.
Yes.
Yes, everybody was going for the millions, and there was alliances and everything. It was crazy as hell.
Well, I thought you were talking about the one where Ann and Owen were competing.
No.
No, there was a last episode. Basically, everybody was competing for $1 billion, where they had to find the $1 million, basically.
Oh, that's what that was, because it did show, like, Justin speaking again.
Yes. And towards everything that happened, some of the contestants fell in the water while some were still at land. And unfortunately, the dollars got eaten by a shark. And the 14 contestants that were in the water had to compete for season 2.
Oh, so that's how it happened.
And poor Owen didn't get his $1 million.
Dang.
But
That's what Chris had to do, like, make everyone fight for the money.
Hey, Chris, it's like you said, the ratings. But, yes, let's get into season 2. Toto, drama, action. Alright, am I clear? Alright, yeah. So, first, would you like to talk about season 2?
Oh, okay, well, even though I have gotten into it on Netflix here and there, there's only one episode that I clearly did like. It's my most favorite one of all. It's like the superhero ID one, where everyone just creates their own superhero and has to do everything like anything superhero related.
I remember that episode. I remember Lindsay dressed as Wonder Woman.
Yeah, because you're supposed to have your own superhero, and that the one that's already fictional.
But learning that that's Chris's favorite superhero, she got a pass.
Yeah.
But yeah, that episode was good in particular, but unfortunately it was not good for LaShawn because she got eliminated in that episode.
Right.
But she did, like, run into an old friend of hers.
Yeah, turning out that she was fake crying the whole time just to get the free trip with her cousin. That we were just talking about. Yeah. Yes. And then everybody found out, but forgave her at the end. But still got eliminated, but what was season 2 is pretty different. Again, but not the island. It's pretty much themes, like settings, like where the heck it takes you.
Yeah. And yeah, like, remember the one where it was based on Alien?
Yeah.
Yeah. The very first one and then the second one.
I remember the first season, Heather got her hair shaved off and she had to wear a wig in season 2.
Yeah. And I like that running gag where she always loses it or somebody takes it from her.
Yeah, and she lost it in the vent in the Alien one.
Yeah. But it was a pretty interesting one. Although it was not good for two certain people just making out the whole time in the episode. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Bridget.
Jeff and Bridget.
Which, yeah, in the episode 2, when they revealed that they're going to eliminate 2 people before making the teams, and yeah, no guess there.
And they kept kissing on the way to the limo.
Jesus. And then after that, they became the new host of Total Drama Aftermath.
Oh, that's what I was thinking of, where they were hosting.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah. Now it gets a little bit complicated because Gwen and Trent won the competition, both of them, but they're on separate teams. Yes, it's the Screaming Gaffers and what was it, the Killer Grips, yes. So basically, Trent had his team was Lindsay, Justin, Beth, Owen, Izzy, and while Gwen had Gigi, Harold, Lashana, Heather, and Duncan.
Interesting.
Yeah. But doing a separate team is like, oh hell no, because it's gonna cause them some problems now.
Yeah.
especially Trent. Trent was like, "Oh my god, what happened to you? You used to be so cool. Why are you giving up the challenges for Gwen now?"
You know, because they are lovey-dovey. They wanted to do something that would help them win something, and of course, how that turned out.
Okay, listen. Okay, so Gwen didn't like the idea that he was throwing challenges for his team. That's why she didn't like it, and that eventually made them broke up. Which, like, we get Justin, and he heard the whole conversation, and he eventually told the others about it. Yikes.
Yep.
But I'm gonna say, with all their themes and like what kind of like category they were choosing every episode, it was really clever. I like this.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's called Total Drama Action for a reason. And remember this one where Chef was being Godzilla and he tried to pick up Owen, but he couldn't because he was so heavy.
Right. Yes. Yeah, that was a good one.
And there's also this one where he picked up Justin, but he got so distracted, and Chris was giving a look like, what? What can I say? The kid's hot.
Jesus, Chef, don't you know how young this Justin is?
I know, but I guess he can fall for him too.
Hey. Yeah, there was a lot of surprises here. Again, with Courtney, come back, even though she was not supposed to come back, but she followed her lawyers, trying to like sue the producers of Total Drama to bring her back, basically.
Yep. And apparently she had two different voice actors. I don't remember what was the first one, but her main one is Emily Barlow.
Oh yeah, in the first episode, like, her original voice was Rachel Wilson, the voice of Heather.
Oh yeah, that's right. But yeah. I know Emily Barlow more as her.
That's alright, but what was so funny though is that her and Duncan were in separate teams now. And basically she was just being a bossy ass, you know, with the plane. But yeah, again with the Kiwis, stop hitting Duncan the Kiwis.
I know. But also in the series, Owen got hit in the teeth and was forced to have braces throughout the show.
And he unfortunately had to eat all the food from like shakes and everything.
Yeah, that's gotta suck.
And although he got eliminated because of Courtney, he did come back. But him and Chris made a deal though that he had to be his little like assistant, basically sabotaging like everything for the other assistants. Or Owen.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah. And it's kind of funny, ironic actually, because him and Courtney got eliminated at the same time.
Wow.
But yeah, of course now we got our final two, Beth and Duncan. So yeah, in the American version, Duncan won, but in the Canadian version, Beth won.
Really?
But which one do you prefer, Duncan or Beth?
Well, I didn't see that one, so I didn't know that they're the last remaining contestants.
I'm gonna say Beth was kind of surprising when she went in and her real boyfriend came in. I was like, okay, this guy is real? Damn.
Yeah, because in one episode she was describing it, and like I think it was Courtney or Heather that put it out that it was like like for stuff from magazine or something, because like she was like reading the back of it.
Yep. And now we get into like how the appearances happened in the World Tour. So basically, before anything happened, this was still continuing in action. Basically, there was a special called Total Drama Action Celebrity Manhunt. Basically, interviewers were interviewing all the Total Drama Action, like, you know, contestants. You ever seen that one?
No, but I'm curious, like, how did Alejandro came to be?
Yeah, revealing that Chris was going to make another show called Total Drama Mansion, but that turned out to be a fake. And Alejandro turned out to be one of the cast members for his fake show. And there was basically this high chase, like, with two of the buses, one with Alejandro and one with the other contestants.
Yeah, and Aleshana gave the boys her bra for a catapult, and she's like, what, you never seen Triple D's before?
Oh, jeez.
I think Harold did, but we're not going to talk about that. But yeah, of course, other than Alejandro, we also get introduced to Sarah in this session.
And boy, oh boy, she's obsessed with Cody.
Oh, the Cody. You think Cody had a bad move? Yeah. And basically,
one of the most very ridiculous things, like he barricade himself to avoid her, but one scene he was sleeping and she's like putting her thumb in his mouth, and another scene he's like screaming at his tongue. Apparently she puts her thumbs in her armpit and she sucks her thumb in his mouth.
Yeah, that's a little bit creepy, especially when Cody tries to sleep at night. It gets complicated. Like, imagine the things she does to him. Yikes. Yeah.
And somehow, in this series, Heather got her hair back, which is now in a small ponytail.
Well, yes, because in the special Celebrity Manhunt, it eventually grew back. But that chase, okay, and what was it? 7 contestants were supposed to go on a mission basically to find help. So it was Trent, Beth, Justin, Katie and Sadie, Ava, and Jeff. Basically, they went to this house, but finding out that aliens lived in that house, and they ran away, while the others were like trying to chase Alejandro down. But that eventually went down when they went back to the Total Drama action sets, and revealing that Chris's new show was going to be Total Drama Musical.
Which is now Total Drama World Tour, which explains why everyone is singing.
Yes. Total Drama World Tour. Yeah, it has to be one of my favorite seasons because of the songs.
Yeah. Well, eventually there's one where they have to keep quiet because they're in a cold environment and they don't want to cause an avalanche. But, of course, Tyler was stupid enough because, of course, Wednesday got his name right finally, and he got so excited he caused an avalanche.
Yeah, this season was really crazy in particular, especially what happened to Ezekiel. Basically, he got voted out first again. Well, technically, it was first Duncan, but Duncan quit, so it didn't really count. But Ezekiel got eliminated again because he lost the stick.
But yeah. Duncan did still be part of the series.
Yeah, afterwards, because there was this one episode, it was the London episode where he had to find Jack the Ripper, but Courtney and Gwen found Duncan instead, and revealing that he's back in the competition.
Yeah. But yeah, and of course, Ezekiel, he's been living in an airplane, and he became Golem.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, revealing in the London episode that he was actually Jack the Ripper in a mask.
Wow.
Yeah. And this was basically a test to see if Chris should bring back Ezekiel back, but since he failed, he went out the plane again. But of course, Ezekiel fits. I don't know what kind of powers he has, but he's back in the plane.
Yep. And that's just so complicated with Ezekiel here.
But we have a new arrival. We did mention before, Alejandro, aka the new Justin of this series.
Well, people don't fall in love with him, but Heather kind of does.
No, but here's the thing, though. Alejandro uses his charm for, like, anything, especially sabotaging everybody. He sabotaged it for Bridget. Remember when she got her tongue stuck in a pole?
I did not know that, actually.
Yeah. And especially for Loshana. And there was also Courtney, Lindsay. Oh, damn. He especially did to Harold, like, you know, like eliminating himself. Yeah, Harold was the second one to get eliminated because he eliminated himself, by the way. Yeah, there was basically 3 teams in this series. Like, there's Team Victory, Team Chris is really, 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 really hot, and Team Amazon.
Oh, yeah. That one is, like, too much for comfort. It was Sierra's idea for Chris is really, 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 really high.
But eventually they had to stick with the name because her and Izzy switched teams.
Oh, yeah. And then there's also one where didn't she destroy the plane somehow?
Yeah, because it was Cody's birthday. She brought a whole cake with sparklers, and there's oil where she was standing, and it blew up.
Wow, you just had to use sparklers, didn't you?
But here's the thing, though. That was the elimination thing, right? It was supposed to be Alejandro, but Chris eliminated Sierra by himself, basically, for that.
Well, I don't blame him. I mean, that was her own fault.
But yeah, another thing with the final thing, Alejandro, Heather, and Cody. Cody, surprisingly, got like further into this series.
Man, yeah. I guess they wanted to like make up for it. And there's also one scene where he's like one of the teams. I forgot which one he was on, but one of the characters put their leg up and kicked him in the nuts.
Oh right, yes, I remember that. Yes. what do you call it? Oh yeah. Speaking about the Duncan and Gwen situation, let's get into that, please.
Yes, thank you. You read my mind. How did that turn out?
Okay, yes, watching the episodes, basically when the return of Duncan in the London episode, basically Gwen was talking in the bathroom, right, where they're making their confessions, and then the bathroom door is broken, and Duncan comes in, and he says the door's like closed, and they eventually get into this moment and then start kissing, and then Tyler's motherfucker has what is this?
I know. And also in that episode, I don't know, remember what happened? Because her left hand was sunburnt.
Oh yeah, because Cody was trying to take a picture of her, and then Umbrella went to the other side, basically that one hand getting burned.
Ooh. Yeah.
Because it was Cody and Tyler, because Gwen was sleeping, and Cody was like, "This is the perfect choice."
Cody.
And the next episode was more complicated and more funny because Cody got revenge and punched Duncan in the face.
Wow.
And
oh yeah, because they're both dressed as Icarus.
Well, it was both him and Tyler, yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But that was actually my first episode of Total Drama World Tour. That episode in particular.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And then finding it, I was like, oh my god, drama! I just love the drama. Go.
Yeah.
And then this got really complicated between Gwen, Courtney, and Duncan the whole time. And then the next episode was the Area 51 episode.
Oh?
Yeah. And basically, yeah, again with the Kiwis. Stop punching the guy in the Kiwis.
Man, Duncan gets hit in the Kiwis the most.
Exactly. It's always Courtney, like, throwing the shots here and there. But yeah. So in this episode, Alejandra tries to convince Courtney to flirt with another guy, and she tells Tyler of all people.
Oh, brother.
Yeah, so basically we got, of course, two teams because Team Victor got eliminated a while ago. But yes, the Area 51 was really interesting, especially like the aliens and like their inventions, basically. And basically Tyler got eliminated in that episode.
And I don't like how the elimination is just jumping off the plane.
Hey, at least they give you a parachute. Maybe it works.
Yeah.
But I remember that episode. One of my favorite parts is like Owen came out like at this room that he was trapped in, and he came as the Joker.
Really?
Yes. And then
I remember this one scene where Sierra had makeshift laptop using a pizza box, and she's like running out about Cody, and then Noah was like mimicking her, and then Owen was like scoring milk gels at Noah.
Yeah, that was the London episode. But what was I say? In the same episode, the Area 51, we learned that Alejandro actually like put a trance on Owen. So every time he snaps his finger, he sings, "Take me out to the ball.
Oh no!
Take me out to the crowd. Buy me something." That was so funny of that. And then eventually they get into merge, and before the merge happens, we also get introduced to a new character named Blanley.
Oh yeah, like I don't know much about her, but can you explain, Blitz?
She was basically the new host for Total Drama Aftermath because Bridget was competing in Total Drama World Tour, so they basically needed a new host for Jeff.
Oh, I see.
And she was not the brightest. Yikes.
Oh, I didn't know she wasn't bright.
No, like not bright. Like she's clever in every way, but what the choice she makes, especially finding out that. Yeah. Well, what was it? Finding out that her real name is Mildred.
Whoa.
And I was like in the series that Harold, Justin, Trent, and Cody formed their own band.
Okay.
Yeah. And basically roasting, the crap out of Langley. So basically there was this gameplay where 6 lucky people got to compete again for Total Drama World Tour. And it was Beth in the final. She was trying to answer this question, what is the name of Duncan's, band? And Langley herself stood up for her because Beth didn't know. So now she's competing in Total Drama World Tour. Yeah. Let's just say she was not going to be fond of everybody.
Uh-huh.
Especially her and Owen's like, complicated relationship basically. And it's funny because it's not funny at all because in the merge Owen sadly got booted out.
Man.
And in the next episode, it was her and Courtney got eliminated together.
Wow.
And leading up to the last episode was Alejandra versus Heather. Of course, Heather wins the American version, while Alejandra wins like the Canadian version. But that's all like put on a stop when Ezekiel came in and took the money for himself and fall into the volcano.
Oh yeah, that's what that was about. And eventually he didn't die because he appeared in Revenge of the Island.
So basically, the volcano erupted and he came out as a fireball and wrecked Chris's ship, which he sunk with Chef.
Wow.
And
so apparently, Ezekiel is immortal.
Well, yes. We call it. The reason why the volcano erupted is because you're not supposed to put pineapples into like the volcano. And the compensation was they had to build a person with wood and pineapples, and you're supposed to go at the volcano. That's how it happened.
Okay, I don't know how a pineapple would cause an eruption.
So think about like the chemicals and ingredients into it. Think about that.
Okay.
And now we go into season 4, Total Drama Revenge of the Island, which
with a whole brand new cast of characters.
Yes, we have 13 new contestants, but this time the island is mutated. Like the whole animals, the plants, everything. This is mutated.
Yep. And boy, oh boy, it's wild.
It's wild. So we get introduced to Stacy, Dakota, B, Dawn, Sam, let's see here, Scott, Zoe, Cameron, Mike, who else was there? Lightning, Maria, Joe, Rick, and who was there? Did I forget anybody?
Okay, did you say Lightning?
Yes.
Did you say Zoe?
Yes.
Did you say Cameron?
Yes.
Did you say Scott?
Yes.
Did you say Dakota?
Yes.
I think he said all of them.
Okay, so, but yeah, basically this new series, like, first basically brings a new cast. But what's so funny is, like, the first joke in the show, like, you can see a cruise ship with the original cast. Owen was so happy after the ship went past the island. He was like, no!
Dang.
He just wanted to come back to the island.
Huh.
He literally went back to the island to tell Chris, saying, hey Chris, I think you made a mistake. The cruise ship with the original cast, like, went through, like, the island. He was like, no, Owen. That is no mistake. We're just tired of you guys. We need new cast members.
Well, I mean, I see what he's going for, because you can't just use the same characters for every season.
Oh, yes. But I just like this show in particular. Yes, with the new mutant island, and there's some mutants I like here. Yeah, there was especially the mutant shark named Fang. You remember him?
I do not.
So yeah, out of all the characters, Mike was my favorite.
Wait, you said, oh yeah, Mike. Yeah, he's a pretty nice guy, and so is Zoe.
Yeah, Zoe was a nice girl there. Until, when she was in the final 3 where, it was the final 4 where she got all angry at Scott. And then she became go ahead.
Scott is basically a mixture of Duncan and Courtney.
Yeah, so Scott is like one of the strongest characters, but people like him as a fan favorite. So what this guy does, basically on his team, he would sabotage every like challenges, so they would eliminate a person from his team, except him.
Yeah, and he made Dawn eliminate because he framed her because she's supposed to steal something, but she didn't, so that was pretty unfair.
Mm-hmm. But I did like, go ahead.
But Dawn, she's basically a character that reads people's auras, and she's pretty good too.
Yeah, it's so funny. People say if she had a Pokemon, it would be Lucario instead of Aura or Sphere.
Well, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. But I gotta say, her elimination was totally unfair because of Scott. Wish she could have stuck longer, but hey, Scott. But what I was about to say about Scott I did like when he got eliminated. Basically, but yes, he was injured, but the mutant Sugar was talking about Fang. He basically went into Calico with him, and they both got flung together.
Oh.
Yeah.
And there's like this one episode where it showed Scott, like, it was showed on his head, it was on a robot body.
Oh yeah, because Fang fucked him up real bad.
Yeah, that's just something.
But going back with Mike. Mike is an interesting character. Also finding out, yeah, I gotta thank for drama of Revenge of the Island because it taught me something about multiple personality disorder.
Yeah. Personalities are his normal self, Mike, Australian adventurer, I forgot what her name is, an old dude,
Chester,
thank you.
And then
No. Lana was actually a Russian character. The Australian guy I was thinking of is a character on his own.
So yes, there's Vito the Australian, there's Savannah, the Russian, there's the old guy Chester, and then lastly was the cool guy named Vito.
I forgot about Vito, but there's one particular that appeared in All Stars where he got had so bad unlocked a past persona, Mal.
And if you translate Mal in Spanish, it means that.
Yeah, and according to Duncan, apparently Mike was actually in the thing with him. Jimmy, thank you. Because I guess he did some stuff as Mal. I'm guessing. I don't know what the whole story is, but yeah.
But Mike, really can't control his personalities. He's so strong. But the episode I didn't like was when they got into merge, and basically Scott was, blackmailing Mike. Basically, if he didn't say what he would say, he would tell Zoe about his, personalities.
Oh, but there's one where Mal took over his entire body, and Mike was forced to erase his personalities altogether.
Yeah, that's the season 4 finale.
Yeah.
Other characters, we got Cameron. This smart little guy. Yes, this is the first time he's been out of this bubble because all of his life he's been inside a bubble.
Wow. So he's basically that dude from Bubble Boy, which I haven't seen since I was a kid.
He was inside of a bubble. That's all I can say. Yes. But he was getting used to the outside world because he hasn't been really outside much because Cameron, yes, he is smart, but he can be a little bit fragile.
Yeah. But he did spawn himself an Iron Man-like suit.
I like that. When I first watched it, I was like, perfect.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because,
I am Iron Man.
Yes. Okay, so yes, in the American version, Cameron won, but in the Canadian version, Lightning won.
Lightning. And speaking of which, he's next.
Yes. Okay, before we get to actors, I was really surprised that Lightning was voiced by a white dude the whole time.
And what's even more shocking that Zoe's voiced by a black woman.
With the sweet voice and all that. But with Lightning, he's basically the athlete. He's basically Tyler, but he just focuses on himself, just Lightning.
And he is very not bright. He talks in third person, and a bonus clip when he was watching away in Paris, he thought it was Germany.
He's basically Hulk because third person.
Dang.
But, then the final battle with Cameron as Iron Man and, Lightning in his armor. Yeah, that scene when his hair turned from brown into white, that was wild. So,
yeah. I prefer it with his normal hair color.
Yes. And yes, now let's get into Zoe, the nicest girl on the team.
Yeah, she's basically Bridget, but as a redhead.
Yeah, she just makes sure everything's okay, but she does tend to get mad at times, especially when Mike turns to Vito because he tends to flirt with Maria.
Oh, that's bad.
Really? You can't believe Mike played the Vito man.
But what's cool is, her voice actress shares the same one with Madoka from Beyblade Metal Fusion.
Yes, I do know that. And she was also in Arthur, where I also noticed her.
I did not know she was in Arthur.
Yes. But Zoe get her very angry because eventually she turns into this like, she basically turned into a female Craven Hunter in the Final Four.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
And in other words, she could be Craven's daughter, long-lost daughter.
Yikes, yeah. But unfortunately she got eliminated in third place, leaving Lightning and Cameron. But she's still a nice.
Yeah, and at least her and Zoe, her and Mike got together.
Exactly. And speaking of sabotagers here and there, and Maria.
Oh yeah, and boy, she is very obsessed with her hair.
Yep, she got spray cans everywhere. She even has it inside her bra, inside her hair, anywhere she can sneak it in.
And she actually foreshadowed the spin-off series Total Drama Rama, because she, didn't know what to call it, like Total Drama Rama or whatever. So she basically foreshadowed the future spin-off.
Basically, yeah. But as a team player, I can't really say that much, because she would get in constant fights, and she would mostly get distracted because of Vito.
It's just one of those girls that thinks all of that and wants to set for the hair, especially in the Soul football fight episode. Her hair is so indestructible it deflects snowballs.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, in that episode. Yeah. Okay. Last thoughts about Anne Maria. Yeah. Okay, kind of like her here and there, but not that much, in my opinion.
Yeah, I didn't like her much either.
But bringing up the snowball episode, yes, that comes to our next character, B.
Who doesn't speak at all.
Except on his elimination, where he was about to say something, then when he got flanked, he was like, ah!
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know why he doesn't speak, but, I mean, he's basically the malfunctioning big Macintosh of the group, but instead of saying yes, he just sounds as a mime.
But he's really smart, though.
Yeah, I noticed that, and he reminds me a little bit of Bad Elmer.
Hey. Nah. But I gotta say, Scott did him terrible, especially, for his elimination. Before we get to that, do you know B's real name?
I do not. Oh, there's like a quiz type thing episode, and that's where it revealed that was his real name.
Yeah, and everybody started laughing.
Yeesh.
And then Scott used it as an insult. He was like, "Good going, Beverly." Yikes.
And then named their kid Beverly.
I don't know.
White.
No. But hey, at least he stuck with B. But other than that, his elimination, he got eliminated third. He was the third person to get out of the show. Basically because of Scott. He sabotaged his whole plan. And by B. But yeah, he was still a chill dude. I wish I could have seen him more often.
And spoke.
Yeah. Alright, next up we get into Joe.
Joe Mama.
Exactly. So, Joe is basically the Eva of their team.
I was just about to say that, but she has a lot more personality than Eva.
Yes, at least she got more screen time and everything, showing her real strength.
Oh yeah, you do not want to get on her way. Imagine her and Eva fought. Who do you think would win?
I don't know, but I'll pay money for that.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Joe, because, again, she has a lot more character. And I remember this one where Mike went into his old person mode and actually put on makeup on Joe, and it did not look good.
Oh, yeah. I remember that because Lindsay appeared in that episode, and she got captured by the Sasquatch. It was basically a Donkey Kong parody when Sam had to go save her.
Oh, yeah. And, of course, we'll talk about Sam in a little bit, but dang, she did not like that makeup at all. She was, super pissed.
And then when Mike turned back to his normal self, Joe started throwing barrels at him.
Oh, man.
But, yes. Now we could talk about Mr. Sam.
Yes. Always obsessed with video games.
And yeah, I like how they basically parodied this character as Seth Rogen.
Yeah, and I didn't realize that until you told me. I mean, if it wasn't a Canadian show, they would have had Seth Rogen voice them entirely.
But here's the thing, though: Seth Rogen is Canadian.
Oh, well, if it was true, then they could have had voiced him a long time ago. But I mean, the guy Brian Fry did match his voice a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
All I need to do is to.
No, but the actor that actually played him, he actually did the laugh really good. But about Sam's character, yeah, he's playing video games and all of that. And eventually, he does make a relationship with Dakota at times.
I did not know that. Oof.
Yeah. Alright, and speaking of which, Dakota.
What can you say about Dakota? She's basically sort of a movie star.
She is a movie star, but she was basically bragging about if she won the 12 Drummer Revenge of Island, she would get her own spin-off show, but that didn't happen since she was eliminated second.
And she got mutated.
Yeah, because here's the thing though, she wanted to come back in the competition. Her dad actually called Chris, but this time not as a contestant, but she came back as an intern.
Oh yeah, that's right. And how did she get mutated?
So basically, she was supposed to do something in the mines, and the mines had like radioactive waste and everything, and she got exposed to it.
And yeah, she turned to a Godzilla-esque character.
That's kind of fun because her name was Dakota Zoid.
Yeah.
And eventually, her and Sam got in a relationship, and they became boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yep. Apparently so.
Next up, we got Chatty, shut up, and never shuts up, Stacy.
Well, I didn't know she was a chatterbox. I mean, it was hinted in the intro, but since you said she's a chatterbox, explain more.
So basically, she was the first character to get eliminated in Revenge of Island because of her chatting.
Because of the right after Marshmallow, her hair fell off.
Yeah. So basically, she would always chat about her relatives and all that. She'd be like, "My great. No one cares about your relatives. Good for you."
I mean, you guys know that I chatterbox sometimes, but not that much. I'm not like Miss Chatterbox from Little Mr. Men's show.
But here's the thing, though. Like, with her, she always mentioned how her relatives basically made inventions, which is a lie. So I don't know why she's bullshitting.
Basically, she just wanted to chatterbox. So anyway, I have this thing. Shut up. You know, if Leghorn came around, like, bah, shut up.
But
man, imagine.
I was glad that she got eliminated first. She would have ruined the show.
Oh yeah, definitely. That would have made the show cancel. But yeah, they were smart. Next up is the Army Man. Yes sir, Brick, yes, fallen from the military, but he does have a soft spot. Yes, and according to the quiz episode, apparently he peed his pants at one point.
He peed his pants in the first day of school and the last day of school.
Oof. Yeah, that's a total bonus kill. But yeah, he's a pretty chill character.
Except when him and Joe get into like some competitions together.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it gets like competitive. And even like, yeah, Joe and Brick, yeah, although there was switched teams here and there, they still end up in the same team overall. But yeah, Brick got eliminated because they're in the mines, and this is where they meet Ezekiel again. But this time he's a mutant, and that's why he's immortal.
That's why he's not getting killed a lot.
Yes, and basically, this is the episode where him.
I'll be there a little bit, Ma.
Okay. Basically, him and Anne-Maria got eliminated together. Because Anne-Maria thought she was rich because she found a diamond that Ezekiel found for her. But it turned out to be a fake.
Oh, yeah, and Ezekiel was bringing her the $1 million, but it got disintegrated because it was in the lava.
Mm-hmm. And that was about it. Until like the ending, yes, we did explain about lightning camera. And that's where Christian talked about Chris's defeat when that whole thing exploded and he fell in the water.
Yeah, and he got arrested.
He got arrested for like having a lot of radioactive animals and all that, and basically they had to do a whole clean on his island. And then 1 year later, Chef came to visit him in jail to renew a new show called Teledrama's All Stars.
Yep. And it basically it brings up like a mixture between the original cast and what do you call it? Revenge of the Island.
Exactly. So from the original cast, they brought back Duncan, Alejandro, Heather, Gwen, Courtney, Sierra, and Lindsay. And for Revenge of the Island, they brought Zoe, Joe, Scott, Cameron, Lightning, Mike, and Sam.
Yeah, and we didn't know Alejandro was in the cast because he was in the robot suit the whole time.
I actually saw a clip of how he got into the robot suit.
Okay.
So, basically, in season 3, he got burned by the lava from the volcano. And,
he did?
Yeah, and Chris had to put him in the robot suit. And when he became the robot himself, he was asking Chris about the $1 million, and he said he got burned in the fire, basically. And he said, no, in his robot voice. But yeah, as soon as the robot got knocked out, everybody was surprised that it was Alejandro.
Yeah, and while he was in there, his legs fell asleep, and yeah, and there's one episode where they're at the beach, and he's like, looked through a hole, and the crab was like pinching his leg, and he actually faked it, and he actually screwed it in the hole.
Yeah. Again, he was clever in that way, but this season in particular has more surprises. Again, like, yes, with Mike's new personality that came back now, but we see sabotaged everything.
Yeah, all because one a very powerful blow to the head really liked it.
And the way how Duncan noticed it was Mel because of his iconic whistle.
Yeah, and I don't know what made him go to juvie, but it must have to do with Mal. So I don't know what his whole backstory is. I wish they would bring that up, but we didn't get that.
But it was surprising the show too because Duncan was originally in the villains team, but he eventually went to the heroes team.
And he was almost on the good side according to Zoe, but the last straw that he blew up or set on fire, of course, his mansion yacht, cabin.
So basically, yeah, Duncan was having it saying that he's still going in the hearts, and basically blew up his cottage. That's what he called it, but everybody knows it's a mansion. Even Courtney was saying it's a mansion.
I know, and instead of going to juvie, he actually went to jail.
Oh my god.
And there's a bonus clip where he's like writing a letter to his mom for her birthday, and it showed a big guy about to beat him up. He's like, "P.S. Send out my lawyer."
Yeah. But now, like a new threat, he eventually made some new enemies. I especially like his rivalry with him and Alejandro.
What, him and Duncan?
No, him and Alejandro. Mal and Alejandro.
Oh.
Because there's this one episode where Alejandro found out the truth about Mal, basically by tapes and everything, where he basically broke everybody's stuff. Like, Mal, broke Sierra's phone, Sam's Game Boy and everything. He basically broke everything, especially Cameron the glasses.
Oh yeah, that I remember. And I remember Mal actually crushed Alejandro's hand.
Yeah, because he was threatening him all, but he could threaten him. Especially learning that Alejandro's last name is Dead Donkey.
What?
Put on the gun. Unless Squirtle didn't actually do it. Remember that episode where he was all sad and stuff?
Oh, that. Okay, now I see what you mean.
Alright, going back.
Alright, so now, wait, is there anything more you want to say about Revenge of the Island?
No, we're in All Stars, remember?
Oh, yeah, All-Stars.
Let's see here, Mal, yeah, just basically explain. But yeah, that one episode, it's one of my favorite episodes where him and Alejandro just basically fight the whole time. And learning that Mal can actually control the personalities, not just Mike.
Oh yeah, I noticed that too, because Mike got eliminated as well, and apparently all the personalities are like a slave too, because the Australian dude was forced to bring the memories that Mike had, like having first kiss with Zoe. Yes.
But yeah, Mal was definitely the villain. Like, you think Duncan was bad? This guy was bad to the bone.
Oh, definitely.
And there was new relationships basically. There was that relationship briefly with Scott and Courtney. Yeah, they became a couple a little bit because we got Scott actually tripped on something and Courtney actually tripped on something, and that's how they kissed.
Wow. The old trip and kiss trick.
Yep. But that ended up because in the final five, it was Scott, Zoe, Mike, Gwen, and Courtney. But Mike somehow got Courtney's plan, basically paper, saying who should be eliminated next, exposing her.
Wow.
Yeah. What else can I say about it? Yeah, surprisingly, Lindsay got eliminated first this season. Yeah, because in the first episode, they were supposed to carry their teammates by baby carriages, and Zoe, Lindsay did it.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. She's like, how do you push again?
How do you push? There's two handles, bro. That's like saying, how do you open a door?
Well, you know Lindsay, she is as dumb as Patrick.
Oh, yes. But yeah, in this version, Mike won the American version and Zoe won the Canadian version. I actually saw Mike win when the episode first came out on Cartoon Network. Yeah, it was awesome. And learning that afterwards, Cameron and Gwen actually got together a little bit.
Oh boy, this show cannot stop like having characters and make up with other characters. It's just really ridiculous.
Yeah, but here's the thing though, when Mike pulled the sword, everything got flooded, which means no more island. Which means a new island for season 5. Total.
Oh, that's what that was about.
Yeah. So basically, the new island got like flooded and everything, and went underground. So Chris had to get a new island and a new series called Total Drama Pockettail Island.
Yeah, which I didn't learn more about because I know the show existed until I saw like clips of it on YouTube. It was like a whole cast of new characters.
So yes, I'll just break out briefly. So we got 14 new contestants. We got Beardo, Max, Scarlett, Dave, Ella, Sean, Sugar, Leonard, Sky, Jasmine, Sammy, Amy, Topher, and Rodney.
Yeah. And apparently Jasmine is freakishly tall.
Yep. But she has a good Australian accent.
Yeah. Katie Bergman, that voicer, did pretty good. And Sugar, I don't know much about personality, but surprisingly, she made herself an appearance in Total Drama Rama along with Lightning.
Yep. I gotta say with every character, I'll just break it down. So Beardo, he's basically the B of Total Drama, like the second one, but instead of he beatbox.
Really?
And it makes sound effects. Like, yeah. And then we get into, like, yes, Sugar. She's basically the farm girl, and she takes it crazy with the competition.
Oh. How so?
When they still get her angry, then she gets more competitive. That's what I could say, because she is from the farms.
So basically, she is a mixture of Courtney and maybe Scott.
Yes. But I'll just break it down short. So in the American version, Sean, who's afraid of zombies, won. Yeah, in the American version, and in the Canadian version, it was Sky, who was really good at Olympics. Thanks.
Oh, so that's what she does, Olympics?
Yeah, but she did have a complicated relationship with Dave.
Dave.
You know the guy with the blue shirt, and he has a black hair. He's brown skin.
I see it. I'm just saying Dave earlier, but what is his personality?
Basically at first he seemed really nice, but learning about he was learning about his teammates. He just wanted to win the competition. But eventually he started falling in love with Sky, which kind of threw him off. And the fact that he's like one of the few characters to eliminate himself from the competition.
Oof.
Yeah.
Man, that's rough.
But honestly, with this new island and this new cast of characters, I was a little unsteady at first because this is not a cast I'm used to, but I eventually got used to it.
Well, I'm used to the original cast and Reinventor of the Island.
Yep, and that's about it. And then a few years later, back in 2018, they announced the most new show, Total Drama Rock.
Well, of course, there's also a Douglas Race, which is mainly about racing, and there's a new host of Chris McLean.
Okay, I'll explain a little bit about that. So yes, basically we have this new host named Don because Chris, I don't know where the hell he is, but he doesn't have like what Chris had, but at least he was a lot nicer.
Yeah, but he still has the watch your hair, don't touch your hair, like Chris does.
Bro, he's basically Uncle Jesse.
You wish.
Okay, but we have some returning cast members. Like we got Owen and Noah as a team. We got Jeff and his best friend Brody as a team. We also got Leonard from Talking to Ellen, the guy that dresses as a wizard. And cool.
Yeah.
I believe this is all, but yeah, there were a lot of characters basically, but I was really surprised about Noah's new character in this one because he eventually made a new girlfriend named Emma.
Oh yeah, I think she's like an Asian character. I don't remember.
She is. So basically, what was it? And you remember the police cadets, right, Christian?
Yes, and one of them, MacArthur, actually is a recurring character in Total Drama Rama and having multiple jobs.
She's basically like a Larry.
Yeah. Alright, just give me a couple minutes.
Yeah, so basically it was just a race along, like, it was basically a world tour, but you had to run on feet, because going to, like, different countries and states and all that.
Yeah, and I bet that was extremely tiresome.
Yep, but now we can go to the finals, yes. It's all we've been waiting for. Total Drama, but originally it was supposed to call Total Drama Daycare.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
and
first
of course, an alternate universe, why is everyone a kid?
I mean, again, you can't really be surprised because a lot of shows do this, like make baby versions of like, original shows like Muppet Babies, hello?
Duh.
Yeah, and there's also Flintstone Kids, Tom and Jerry Kids.
Baby Looney Tunes.
Yeah. But yeah, in this show, and surprisingly, one character does created by the same writer as Teledrama Island appeared from a show called 16, Jude.
Yeah, I was really unfamiliar with the character first. I was like, oh, so they just added a character from 16 to this show. Okay, that's pretty interesting.
So if they did that, how come they never did the rest of the characters?
All they just needed was Chris's voice actor. The same voice actor. But yeah, this time around, Chef is the boss as like the caretaker for the kids.
Yeah, and surprisingly, he's a lot nicer.
Yep, and around this time, he has a new voice.
Yeah, Devin Mack.
Yeah, surprisingly, he does good. He does the voice really soft, but at least he does an homage to Clay Bennett's version from the original.
Wonder why Clay Bennett decided not to voice him anymore.
I have no idea. All I just know that he's still acting. The last time I heard from him is that he's a bit. Yeah, the last time I saw him I was surprised to see him in the MCU.
Really?
Yeah, where he's with Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. But when I first heard they're making a kid's version of Total Drama, I was like, there is no way, because watching Total Drama for my whole life and this is happening. Yeah, I watched a lot of their episodes because they always come on Saturday, and they're pretty good at first, but eventually I kind of dropped them from it.
Yeah, me too. It just went kind of downhill. And a bit of interesting. I like to change, for example, for Gwen, she's now more goth.
Yeah, and surprisingly, she has the same voice actor as Sky from Paw Patrol.
That's what shocked me the most.
Yep. And we call it. Other than that, there were a lot of cast members that were surprised, except for Noah's actor. The actor that plays Kid Noah now is Mike's actor from Total Drama Revenge of the Island.
I had no idea about that.
And yeah. But, yeah, my reaction. When you first heard about a baby version of Total Drama, what was your reaction, Christian?
I thought it was fake because I saw some pictures of it on Google, but it turns out I was wrong and it's actually a real show that's now on.
I see. And Fresh, your first reaction?
It was very surprising. I was like, "Oh, okay." I like it when sometimes they make kid versions of characters here and there. I just wanted to like give this a shot, but yeah, I do agree with some people that the theme song can be a little bit annoying with the kids just saying gibberish instead of just singing. I mean, like they could have just done better, but like it still was interesting for the characters to still have be interviewed like they do in the like the communal cans back in from Island, and yeah, I think this like even though like it's still beloved, the whole franchise is still beloved for being extreme, but it's kind of nice to have a little softer tone to it.
Yeah, even though it still has those jokes, like they had a freaking fairy that absorbs farts with his nose.
Yeah, I just see that. But I also like the little cameos, like Christian mentioned earlier. There was one with Katie. There was also one with DJ and Trent as kids.
Oh,
there was Jeff there too.
Also,
huh?
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. I mean, like Jeff was there as a kid too, but he didn't make an appearance. Like it was just a cameo.
Oh yeah.
Yes, and a real shocker is when Chris made a return to Total Drama.
Oh yeah, it's like a competition thing, and they had to control Chef because I don't know what happened to him.
I was just like really shocked. I was like, oh my god, Chris is back.
Yeah.
It's been a while. But all I could say was the show was good when I first saw it back in 2018, but for its score, I give it a 7 out of 10.
Me too. I mean, I did enjoy it a little bit, but it just got old to me.
You first in for the show?
The 6.
Okay.
That's fair.
I know we can only talk about this a little bit, but yeah, the first reaction when they brought the show back, new characters and like the new design and everything, I was very shocked by this.
Especially now Chris has a new voice actor.
Yeah, that threw me off a little bit. I was like, wait a minute, this is Don from Redonka's Race.
I mean, they could have just had him hold it instead of Chris, but I mean, what can you do?
But yeah, Devon Mack, he reprised as Chef in this one. And the new characters, they're not good to me, except Scary Girl. She's hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know the characters much, but I do know that Caleb was the one that got eliminated first.
Yep. Not. All I can just remember is Scary Girl's favorite, like, funny moments here, her creepy moments. Like, there's one time where she was confessing in the bathroom where she was like, "If you're going to hide your body, clap your hands." Oh my god.
And I do know her voice actor, Katie Griffin. She voices Julie from Bakugan Battle Brawlers.
And to my knowledge, the voice sounds like a voice Kari Walken would do, in my opinion. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Hear it. It's like Little Susie. Like, hear it from the voice.
Yeah. And people say she's a mixture between Izzy and Gwen. She's just basically Izzy 2.0.
Exactly. Just crazy goth, but extremely crazy and creepy.
Yeah. She's like the fourth goth character after Gwen and those goth couple.
Yeah. But that's all I can say. I didn't really watch the whole show. I was like really outstanding that they're still going on with this.
Me too.
Yeah. Alright then. To our final scores.
Alright, so for each show, Tojo Island, 10 out of 10, Action, 9, World Tour, 9, Revenge Island, Infinity, All Stars, 8, and Tojo Rama, 5.
For me, except the new Total Drama, I give everyone Infinity because Total Drama, the franchise, was my favorite Canadian show. Top one notch. Just like amazing.
Exactly. And you, Fresh?
Yes, Island, Infinity, Action, 91, and Rama, 6.
Yeah. And until next time, we'll see you in Total Drama Island.